Assalamu alaikum बच्चों. In the previous lecture I told you that inshallah ta'ala on Tuesday we will have a revision class. So today we will have a revision class of parasitology. I will show you some scenarios and within 3 minutes you have to answer the scenario. So the case number 1, I am showing you the scenarios that so that you will have a better idea that how the questions will come. Questions कैसे आएंगे, scenarios कैसे बनते हैं बेटा, और आपने कैसे diagnose करना है. मैं आपको ये these are almost 10 cases, so you have a better idea at the end of this lecture के parasitology के आपके पास सिनेरियोस कैसे आएंगे, किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. आपको इस लेक्चर के एंड पे बहुत अच्छे से आइडिया हो जाएगा. एंड बेटा आई नीड योर रिस्पांस. आप लोगों ने रिस्पांस दे करना है आज, ठीक है. आप लोगों ने ही आंसर्स करने हैं. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन होगा वी विल डिस्कस इट इन डिटेल, वी विल डिस्कस इट, बट यू हैव टू आंसर. A 15-year-old boy presented with a history of fever, weight loss, multiple nodules over the skin, and dark discoloration of the skin. On examination, he had mild splenomegaly, and his CBC revealed anemia and thrombocytopenia. What is the diagnosis? What is the causative agent? And what is the vector? ध्यान से सोचें और मुझे आंसर करो बेटा, ताकि मुझे भी पता लगे आप लोगों ने क्या पढ़ा अब तक. चलो बच्चों आंसर करो. शाबाश. बेटा अटेंडेंस के अलावा भी और कुछ होता है ना. ओके. अनुषा. और कोई भी आंसर नहीं करेगा बेटा आप लोगों में से? सिर्फ मुझे अनम ने और अनुषा ने आंसर करना था बच्चों. अगर आप मुझे रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं दोगे फिर विल नॉट मार्क योर अटेंडेंस. जो एक आंसर आना शुरू हो जाता बेटा आप लोग वही सब आंसर करना शुरू हो जाते हो. हाउ शिस्टोसोमा, वाई शिस्टोसोमा, वाई शिस्टोसोमा. हाउ शिस्टोसोमा. No, schistosoma is a wrong answer. शाबाश अनम बेटा, आपने बहुत अच्छा आंसर किया था। दिस इज लिशमेनियासिस। Cystosoma hematobium is responsible for causing bladder carcinoma. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर्स बेटा किसी भी पैरासाइट के पहले आप देखा करो। अब इस सिनेरियो का अगर आप देखें, हम अब इसको डिस्कस करते हैं। मैंने आपको जब लिस्टमेनिया कराया था बेटा, मैंने आपको कहा था आपने दो तीन चीजें बहुत अच्छे से देखनी है। नंबर वन, स्प्लीनोमेगाली, डार्क स्किन, डार्क डिस्कलरेशन ऑफ द स्किन। काला अज़हर फीवर हम लिशमेनिया को इसलिए, लिशमेनियासिस में काला अज़हर फीवर हम इसलिए कहते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द डार्क डिस्कलरेशन ऑफ द स्किन। And Leishmania donovani is the causative agent and the vector is sandfly. So what is your diagnosis? Diagnosis is Leishmaniasis. The causative agent is Leishmania donovani and the vector is sandfly. And Leishmania has three manifestations: cutaneous leishmaniasis, mucocutaneous leishmaniasis, and visceral leishmaniasis. First of all, the sandfly takes the blood, sandfly injects the promastigoids in the blood. The promastigoids will convert themselves into mastigoids within the macrophages, and within the macrophages, they will manifest the clinical symptoms. And from the blood, the sandfly will again takes the mean and the cycle continues. So in cutaneous leishmaniasis, the manifestations are, they could be nodules, they could be wet oriental ulcers, or they could be dry oriental sores. And in the visceral leishmaniasis, the most important manifestation is fever, splenomegaly, dark discoloration of the skin, thrombocytopenia, and anemia. So these are the features of visceral leishmaniasis. ठीक है बच्चों? The causative agent is Leishmania donovani, and the vector is sandfly. And this Leishmania is endemic in African countries mostly, or in the tropical areas. So we will move on to the next case. A 30-year-old woman experienced sudden onset of fever, shaking, chills, and profuse sweating. She also gave a history of headache and abdominal pain, but no nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. There is no neck stiffness or altered consciousness. This is CI, consciousness. Blood smear reveals ring trophozoites within the RBCs. The very important diagnostic criteria is written in this. What is your diagnosis and what is the causative agent? Shabash. Very good, Rabi. Ribal, sorry. And what is your diagnosis? Ribal. What is your diagnosis? Very good. Very good. Very good. So the blood smear reveals ring trophozoites within the RBCs. This is the diagnostic criteria for the malaria. मलेरिया का पेशेंट कैसे प्रेजेंट करता है बेटा? मोस्टली फीवर के साथ एंड चिल्स. फीवर इज एसोसिएटेड विद शेकिंग, चिल्स. रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, जब भी बेटा कोई पेशेंट प्रेजेंट करता है फीवर के साथ, फीवर विद चिल्स के साथ, तो हमारा जो हम अपना डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस बनाते हैं, हम उसमें मलेरिया जरूर ऐड करते हैं. बिकॉज मलेरिया का जब बुखार, मलेरिया की वजह से जब फीवर होता है बेटा, इट इज ऑलवेज ऑलवेज एसोसिएटेड विद शेकिंग चिल्स. And how you will diagnose the malaria? You will make the thick film or the thin blood smear, and you will see the ring trophozoites within the RBCs. Very good. Now we will move on to the next scenario. A 56 years old male immigrant from Bolivia complains of abdominal pain and cramping. He comments that, just a minute, he comments, uh, he comments that 12 months previous to this current problems, he had numerous bloody stools every day. Physical findings include upper quadrant pain over the liver with hepatomegaly, and liver biopsy is performed. So patient presents with abdominal pain and abdominal cramps, and he gave the history of bloody stools. Now he presented with right upper quadrant pain. The right upper quadrant is tender over the liver, and there is hepatomegaly, and the liver biopsy is performed. What is your diagnosis? Shabash. Very good, Saklan. Very good, Anusha. Very good. Shabash. What is your diagnosis? बेटा पहले diagnosis बताओ. Mahnoor, this is not dysentery. Now the presentation is not dysentery. He gave the history of dysentery. Amoebiasis. Okay. The answer will be amoebic liver abscess. The answer will be amoebic liver abscess, because now the patient presents with right upper quadrant pain, and there is hepatomegaly, and liver biopsy is performed. Okay. And positive agent is Entamoeba histolytica. If we revise the Entamoeba histolytica is a intestinal protozoa. The mode of transmission of amoebic dysentery or the amoebic liver abscess is fecal-oral route. The cysts are passed in the feces, and the food or the water is contaminated with the cysts of the Entamoeba histolytica, and the Entamoeba histolytica cyst contains 4 nuclei. This is the diagnostic criteria of Entamoeba histolytica. And when the cysts are ingested, they will go into the small intestine. There will be excistation, and trophozoites will come out of the cyst, and the trophozoites will go to the small intestine, and from the small intestine to the colon, and from the colon they will invade the intestinal mucosa, and they form the flask shaped ulcers, and from the lumen they will go to the, when they will invade, they will go to the submucosa, and from the submucosa to the portal circulation, and in the portal circulation they will first of all go to the liver, and they will form the amoebic liver abscess, and from the portal circulation they can also go to the lungs and to the brain. So the there will be intestinal amoebiasis and extraintestinal amoebiasis. Now I have a question for you people. Which site is the most common site involved in extraintestinal amoebiasis? Shabash. The commonest site of extraintestinal amoebiasis is liver. Very good. Now let me know the complications of liver abscess. What are the complications of liver abscess, or what are the complications of amoebic liver abscess? Complications बताओ बेटा, ठीक है. What are the complications of amoebic liver abscess? The liver abscess may rupture. Very good. It can pass the diaphragm and go to the lungs. Very good. It can rupture and go to the lungs and to the sac of the heart. Very good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. So now you will have a clear idea. Entamoeba histolytica is an intestinal protozoa present in the form of the cysts and the trophozoites. The cysts are passed in the feces of the humans. The mode of transmission is fecal-oral route. Humans are the only host. The cysts are again ingested by either from the contaminated food or water. The cysts will go into the small intestine. Excistation will take place. Trophozoites will come out of the cyst, and the cyst has 4 nuclei. And trophozoites will invade the intestinal mucosa, go into the submucosa, and from the submucosa to the portal circulation. They will form the flask-shaped ulcers in the small intestine or in the colon. And when they will enter the portal circulation, there will be extraintestinal manifestation or extraintestinal amoebiasis. Now the next question. A 40-year-old man complains of watery, foul-smelling diarrhea and flatulence for the past 2 weeks. He drank untreated water on camping trip about a month ago. The pear-shaped flagellated trophozoites were seen in the stool. The pear-shaped flagellated trophozoites were seen in the stool. What is your diagnosis? And what is the causative agent? Very good. Very, very good. Giardiasis. And the causative agent is Giardia phlegm. In Giardia, you will have to check the pear-shaped flagellated trophozoite. Giardia is also an intestinal protozoa. It is also present in the form of the बेटा आप रिवाइज कर लो मेरे साथ ठीक है मुझे पता लग गया आप लोगों को पता है leave it now. Giardia is an intestinal protozoa. It is present in the form of trophozoites and cysts. The mode of transmission is fecal-oral route. The cysts are passed into the human feces and there will be contaminated food or water, and they will contaminate the food or water, and the cysts will enter the mouth by either the contaminated food or water. So the cysts will go into the small intestine, excistation will take place, they will go into the colon and they attach themselves to the mucosa and they will not invade. They will only attach themselves to the intestinal mucosa and they inhibit the fat absorption or the protein absorption. So the patient will only and only presents with the diarrhea, flatulence. Okay? There will be no dysentery. There will be no bloody stools because there is no invasion of the mucosa of the small intestine. They will only attach themselves to the wall of the small intestine or the colon. They will not invade it. So the patient only presents with diarrhea, flatulence or nausea. And the cysts consists of 4 nuclei and the trophozoite, the shape of the trophozoite form is very important. The pear shape, the trophozoites are pear shaped and they are flagellated. And the trophozoites consist of 2 nuclei. And then the trophozoites are passed from the colon or from the small intestine into the feces and the cycle continues. यहाँ तक बात क्लियर है बच्चों? Should we move on? Intestinal protozoas clear हो गए बच्चों? Okay. Now this is the case 5. A young shepherd visited the doctor with presenting complaints of abdominal pain, nausea, and heaviness in the right hypochondrium. On abdominal ultrasound, radiologists observe a cystic space occupying lesion in the liver. A young shepherd पे ध्यान दे बच्चों, visited the doctor with presenting complaints of abdominal pain, nausea, heaviness in the right hypochondrium. On abdominal ultrasonography, radiologists observe a cystic space occupying lesion in the liver. What is your diagnosis? Space occupying lesion in the liver. Patient presents with right hypochondrium heaviness or right hypochondrium pain. शाबाश बच्चों, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करो, हमने बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा हुआ है. वेरी गुड रिपाल, वेरी गुड, शाबाश. Ehsan beta, the organism is echinococcus granulosus. The disease is not echinococcosis. Okay, the disease is not echinococcosis. This is hydrated cyst of the liver. Okay, shabash. This is hydrated cyst of the liver. Hydrated cyst. And the organism is echinococcus granulosus. Very good, very good. शाबाश. Hydrated cyst नहीं है बेटा. Hydrated cyst है राबिया. शाबाश. And how it is transmitted? How the echinococcus granulosus is transmitted? कोई intermediate host है बेटा इसका? Name the intermediate host. Sheep or dog? बेटा sheep है या dog है? Very good. Dogs are the definitive host. Very good. ओके बच्चों, यहां तक क्लियर है आपको? बेटा किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म के इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट और डेफिनेटिव होस्ट आपको पता होने चाहिए. So we will move on to the next scenario. A 40-year-old woman has just had a grand mal seizure. There is history of headache for the past week, an episode of vertigo, and no previous seizures. She is afebrile. MRI reveals a mass in the parietal lobe. The surgical removal of the mass reveals a larva within a cyst-like sac. What is your diagnosis? ध्यान से देखें बेटा. And I'm sure you will answer. मैंने जब ये आपको टॉपिक कराया था, मैंने आपको ये बार बार बताया. Very good, Umair. Shabash. Very good. Cysticercosis. Excellent. वेरी गुड। तो रिबाल, यू हैव अ वेरी गुड प्रेपरेशन। शाबाश बच्चों, एहसन, अनुषा, उमेर, वेरी गुड। आप लोग बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहे हो बच्चों। इससे ऐसे ही लगता है कि आप लोग पढ़ रहे हो साथ साथ। वेरी गुड। अच्छा बेटा, अगर हम देख लें ना, तो अब टीनिया सोलियम को थोड़ा सा हम रिवाइज कर लेते हैं, ठीक है। टीनिया सोलियम इज एक्चुअली अ सिस्टोड। जब भी बेटा आप लोगों ने पैरासाइटोलॉजी करनी है, आप लोगों ने उसमें पैरासाइटोलॉजी की क्लासिफिकेशन बहुत अच्छे से मेरे बच्चों करनी है। इंटेस्टाइनल प्रोटोजोआस, ब्लड प्रोटोजोआस, ट्रेमेटोड्स, सिस्टोड्स, निमेटोड्स। निमेटोड्स में आपके पास इंटेस्टाइनल निमेटोड्स आ जाएंगे और टिश्यू निमेटोड्स आ जाएंगे, ठीक है। तो टीनिया सोलियम इज एक्चुअली अ cystode, and cystodes are actually the flatworms. And as I told you, Taenia solium का जो बेटा स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें क्या है, this calyx which is the head, and there are proglottids. Proglottids are the मैंने आपको बेटा ड्रॉ करके भी बताया था, they are the segmented sections of the body. These are the proglottids, and the distal end of the proglottid is the gravid part from where the eggs will release. Okay. So, Taenia solium is transmitted by, चलो बच्चों ये बताओ आप, शाबाश। Taenia solium is transmitted by, Taenia solium is transmitted by poke. Very good, Mavish. Very good. Undercook, poke. Very good. As I told you, जब भी बेटा, अब आप अगर बेटा पिछला सिनेरियो देखते हो ना, बच्चे हमेशा कंफ्यूज करते हैं। लेट मी शो यू द प्रीवियस सिनेरियो। यहाँ देखें बेटा, जो हमने काइनोकोकस ग्रैनुलोसिस में बेटा देखा है, ऑन एब्डोमिनल अल्ट्रासोनोग्राफी देयर इज सिस्टिक स्पेस ऑक्युपाइंग लेयर। और बेटा अब ये सिनेरियो अगर आप देखो तो इसमें भी ऐसे है कि सर्जिकल रिमूवल ऑफ द मास रिवील्स अ लार्वा विद इन अ सिस्ट लाइक सैक। बच्चे यहाँ पे कंफ्यूज करते हैं सिस्ट लाइक सैक या स्पेस ऑक्युपाइंग लेयर को। व्हेन देयर इज लार्वा विद इन द सिस्ट, दिस इज सिस्टिसर्कोसिस। ओके, whenever there is larva within the cyst, this is cysticercosis. And cysticercosis is actually the extra intestinal manifestation of the Taenia solium. Whenever the eggs are again eaten or ingested by the humans, there is a very different or a dangerous manifestation which is called cysticercosis, in which the larva will go to the brain, and the larva will present there and form the cyst-like lesion or the space-occupying lesion, and we have to remove it. So, a surgical removal of the larva or the larva within the cyst or the space-occupying lesion is necessary for the survival of the patient. Now, case number 7. In ward, you came across a patient suffering from massive edema of the lower limbs and scrotum with fibrosis of the overlying skin. The condition is due to parasitic infection. What is the most likely causative agent? Shabash. Wuchereria. Fisher, very good. This is Wuchereria. And this is filariasis, and the causative agent is Wuchereria bancrofti. बेटा हमेशा पूरा ऑर्गेनिज्म लिखा करें। Very good. Yes, Fatma, if you have any question, you can ask in the chat box. Very good. Wuchereria तो अभी हमने लास्ट वीक ही किया है, ठीक है ना। और मैंने आपको बताया था इट इज एक्चुअली द डिजीज इज एक्चुअली filariasis and the diagnosis is filariasis and the causative agent is Wuchereria bancrofti. टाइम हुआ क्या? ओके बेटा, जल्दी से हम अपने बाकी सिनेरियोस कर लें. A 12 years old girl was brought to the emergency room with a prolapsed rectum. Examination of the rectum reveals small worms that resemble whips attached to the mucosa. In the stool sample, eggs are microscopically seen and they were barrel shaped with whitish bipolar plugs. What is the likely causative agent? Shabash. Barrel shaped eggs हैं बेटा, and there is prolapsed rectum. A 12 years old Trichuris trichura. Very good. Trichuris trichura is an intestinal nematode. The most important manifestation is the rectal prolapse. It is mostly present in the children and it has the lemon shape or barrel shaped eggs. Very good. Very good. Shabash. A 4-year-old boy wakes up at night due to intense itching at the perianal area. Eggs are recovered from the perianal scales by the Scotch tip technique and observed microscopically. Most likely organism to be visible under the microscope is this is very easy. Very good. Entropius vermicularis. Remember, Entropius vermicularis is the most important parasitic manifestation. It is the most important and the most common parasitic infestation in the children. It is the most important or the most common parasitic manifestation present in the daycare centers. The child will have intense itching at the perianal area, especially at the night, because the female adult actually release the eggs at night. And due to the large number of eggs, there will be inflammatory response, due to which the child will scratch the perianal area. And you will observe the perianal skin by the Scotch tip technique. हम Scotch tip लगा देते हैं and then we will see it under the microscope and we will see the eggs of the Entropius vermicularis. Very good. Now the last one. A medical technologist visited the Scandinavia and consumed raw fish daily for 2 weeks. 6 months after her visit, she had a routine physical and laboratory examination and was found to be anemic. Her vitamin B12 levels were below normal. What will be the most likely cause of her vitamin B12 deficiency? Vitamin B12 deficiency hai, and he consumes the raw fish. Diphyllobostrium latum. Very good. Very good. Shabash. The answer is Diphyllobostrium latum. The organism, the parasite which is transmitted by consuming the raw fish or the undercooked fish is Diphyllobostrium latum. The parasite related to the raw fish is Diphyllobostrium latum, and Diphyllobostrium latum is responsible for causing the vitamin B12 deficiency. Very good. तो बच्चों, any questions? आपको आइडिया हो गया है बहुत अच्छे से कि किस तरह के सिनेरियोज आएंगे. If you have any queries regarding to parasitology, you can ask. शाबाश, मुझे जल्दी से बताओ बच्चों, कोई क्यूरी है? आपकी पैरासाइटोलॉजी क्लियर है आपके लिए? बच्चों शाबाश. Do you have any questions regarding the parasitology? किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म में कोई इशू है आपको बच्चों जो मैं क्लियर कर दूं? I am asking about the questions बच्चों. So you have clear idea about the parasitology? Okay बच्चों, thank you very much and thank you very much for the very good response. I am very happy. शाबाश. इसी तरह ही आप लोगों ने पढ़ते रहना और इसी तरह रिस्पॉन्ड करना है. वेरी गुड.